Hi everyone, delonewolf here and welcome to EVE Talk, your weekly look at the EVE Online markets. This one is on Sunday, one day later than what I normally do, because I got some pretty good footage in the last live event and I wanted to get that content out as quickly as possible. If all goes well, we'll be back on a normal schedule next Saturday, so let's take a seat and let's have a look at the market here, the quick bar. I'll start off once again with the mineral prices. Let's go to 3 months, and well, not a lot we can see from the titanium chart. So it was just above 6 ISK last time and it's still 611 for the sellers, 595 for the buyers. I think the buy orders might have dropped a few cents, but overall pretty damn stable. So I'll quickly have a look at pyrite here on the chart. Well, a couple lower data points, but still pretty stable, probably around 12 ISK or something like that. And yeah, 12.19, 12.20. Mixalon, what's that one doing? And exactly the same, so pretty stable for all high-sec minerals there, nothing special to report. So I'll move over to the request I got last week, which was a look at the basilisk. There we go. Logistics cruiser. So sellers 128, buyers 125. It's a tick 2 market, so that's of course something different than what I'm used to. On the other hand, it's logistics, and with this small margin I would say it's a very mature market. I'm expecting it to be decently stable, but over the last 3 months we can see that the price has dropped from, I would say, 145 million to around 130, which it is now. Now I'll have a quick look at the 1 year charts to get an idea of what the market has done. Started out at around 130, dropped to almost 120, and knew a very steep rise to 160, and now it's back down to around 130. That's decently interesting. It's difficult to know what it's going to do exactly, but you can see a small spike here, or a small plateau I should say, at around December. So that's usually expansion time, and this could be an influence by the previous expansion, winter expansion last year, and then midway here after May could have been the expansion again. So if we assume that this is a trend, we could see an increase in price in the logistics ships, in my opinion, towards the expansion. So I think I'll have a look at the other ones quickly as well to see if they also if they also follow this trend. And this is the 1 year chart. It's not as pronounced, but you can see that after November, or at the beginning of November, there was a slight uptick, and then another spike here a little bit later than on the basilisk. Let's have a look at the Guardian prices. 163 for the sellers, 153 for the buyers. That's 10 million in margin. That's not all that bad. And let me have a quick look at the 3-month chart here. Yeah, it's that same downtrend, but it looks like the Guardian might already be on the uptrend again, towards the expansion. So I think that's pretty good. Let's have a look at the Oneros from the Galente. Probably not as as popular as the Basilisk or the Guardian, and that looks a bit more stable than what I would have thought. So 155 to 142, that's actually a 13 million margin, but I do suspect that these are not traded as often as let's say the Guardians or the Basilisk. And then finally we get Minotaur. Scimitar should be a decently popular one as well. 142 for the sellers, 140 for the buyers, so that's a very thin margin. And here we have that downtrend as well, which we saw in the basilisk. And let me have a look here at the 1 year chart. This one, strangely enough, knew a downtrend during the previous expansion, but then also that uptrend in May, after May, you know, May, June, something like that, towards the last expansion this summer, and then again that correction back down below 150 million. So I would say for the logistics market, I would expect an uptrend towards the expansion, especially if you see some big 0-0 wars breaking out. That's a good indication that there's going to be some pretty serious logistics losses as well, which of course will support this price and might mean an uptick. So interesting market, I have to say, very good suggestion. And I do think if you want to trade in one, I would personally, let me have a quick look, advanced cruisers, logistics. I think I'd personally go for the Guardian, because it still has a decent margin of 11 million. There's definitely some profit to be made in trading Guardians at the moment. So that's pretty interesting. Let's move on to some Tech 1 chips then. My Talos, 81,200 for the sellers, 77.5 for the buyers. So I suspect that it's just holding on there. Yeah, looks like it. Pretty stable there, so that's alright. I'm happy with that. The Drake, also pretty stable throughout September, I would have to say, after a correction, of course, during the summer months. But right now it looks like it has found its price, 47 in station for the sellers, so maybe 45, 46 average. Looks to be the current price of the Drakes, and I would say the Tech 1 chip market is pretty stable, because of course the mineral market is pretty stable as well. Let's have a look at that Tengu. Downtrend, I would say, although it might be slowing down a little bit, so we'll have to take a look at the prices in station. 199 for the sellers, 193 for the buyers. So I get the feeling that it's slowly still the prices are slowly still going down, and especially in the buy orders, because you already have 7 million margin here, which is starting to be decent. Well, maybe it's just a 6 million, 5.5 to 6 million margin, which is already pretty decent, and I think it's increasing there. So this might be a sustained downtrend unless the expansion can somehow stop this. But with the rumors of Tech 3 nerfs, I don't think that this is going to completely turn around anytime soon. I would expect the Tech 3 market to continue a slow decline, to be honest. What else have we got? I'll have a quick look at the Caliente fuel blocks, which has stabilized at, unfortunately, a very low price, 13,000 ISK, yeah, 12,400, something like that. So I'll just produce them for myself for now, and I'll keep an eye on the market. And we'll end, of course, with the Plex, which you can see the uptrend in Plex is still very much there. We get some data points that are closing on the 600 million price point, and in station sellers 590 million ISK. Ouch. And buyers in the meantime 581.6 million ISK. So yeah, the plexes are becoming very expensive, and I do think I'm right in saying that we'll see 600 million this year. It's a very good possibility, I think, but I've also said this previously. I think that 600 million is going to be a psychological barrier at which we will see some serious selling occurring as well, and so that could be, I'm expecting that close to that to be the top. And as you know, I've bought 2 Plex myself for 520 million, so it's we know that the expansion is coming out December 4th, and between now and then It's gonna be about keeping an eye out for a sell opportunity, because 590, I mean, I'm expecting that you'll be able to sell them for 600 million if you really pay attention. But just look at this chart. We're really seeing an exponential increase here on that 1 year chart, and a continuous increase on the 3-month chart. So it's a market to keep an eye out for any corrections if you're invested in Plex, which is what I'm going to do. I'd rather play it safe and take 50 million in profit on every Plex than try and eke out that very last million ISK in profit and then be too late with my sell. So I'll have to take a look at that in the Dodixie market as well. But yeah, 581 for the buyers, that's incredible. 590 for the sellers, that's very, very high. Plex are going to the moon like I expected towards the expansion. Anyways, that's it for this episode, and I'll see you all next time.